Good morning. Today is Thursday, April 5th, 2018. You are listening to Studio 365, powered by Table Think, and I am here in the studio. My name is Joshua with Pastor Kerrie Palmer. And how are you doing on this lovely day?
I am so grateful for coffee.
You are. I noticed you had more than usual.
We had one of those nights. Have you ever had it? We had our smoke alarm that would not turn off.
Really? What? Yeah, like it's just going off all night?
Yeah, you think you get it turned off and then it starts again. We couldn't get it undone. And then I start thinking, oh, maybe there is a fire. And so, you start looking throughout the whole household. You're looking in.
So, like, how long did this happen?
Like all night.
So, it's like constantly beeping, or is this just like the chirp?
Oh, yeah.
Because the battery's like, okay.
Off and off,
I thought, wow, you're just laying around all night with that. So, it was chirping because its battery's low.
Right.
And that is annoying. Like, where's it at?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, you need to upgrade.
I need to upgrade?
Yeah, they have, like I have, they now have smoke detectors that will talk to you. They text you.
No way.
Yes.
I want one. Tell me about that. So like right now, if
there is a fire smoke, it will let me know.
Yeah.
And if you're like cooking and sometimes, maybe you're like sometimes.
That's not just sometimes, that's all the time.
I have caused some problems with it. It will say, heads up, there's smoke in the kitchen. And then you can tell it like no big deal. And it'll send you a text message. And so it talks to you and does things and doesn't chirp.
I do need that.
In the middle of the night.
Daughter used to call home from college and she would always say, Mom, are you cooking again? Because the smoke alarm was going off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not my greatest strength, if you will.
Yes.
I like to eat,
Yeah, sometimes the cooking is a difficult part. And I think that actually ties into our title today, the light of hope. So maybe even with this smoke detector going off and the smoke billowing out of the kitchen, there's a light of hope that something is good in there to eat.
Because I have my coffee at least in my kitchen and everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, today is going to be a great day. We're in our series More. And it really comes down to the fact that if we could really see what God sees and what God sees in us and around us and ahead of us, I think we would pray more and live with more faith and no fear. And so we're kind of moving through this with looking at prayer as that way to see that more, to see what God is up to and how God would direct us. And so we're going through the prayer that's found in Psalm 71. And so brought that along today. And today is verses 4 through 5, and we'll have you read that, and then I'll unpack it, and then just like we've done before, I'll have you read that part of the prayer at the end of that.
Okay, awesome. So I'll start here with this first part. It says, "Rescue me, O God, from the hand of the wicked."
I think this is so pertinent for today's world, and that we know that there's places all around us that there's injustice and that cruelty is part of this world, but it's not of God. And so we can ask freely in knowing that God will rescue us from those that think and act in evil ways.
Then the next part says, "From the grasp of the unjust and cruel."
I love this picture of the fact that the unjust and cruel do try to grasp us. But, there's truly hard stories. Evil is real.
Right.
And, darkness does exist. But we can know and speak into others that God actively protects us from what is unjust or cruel.
Then it says, "For you, O Lord, are my hope."
I love this. It's really a confession, and I think sometimes in our world we have forgotten the power of confession, of just the power of our own words when we confess to ourselves and to others, but especially to God, that God is our hope, and nothing and no one else is enough for sustaining hope but God.
Right. And then it says, "My trust, O Lord, from my youth."
Well, this is huge, because what the psalmist is saying is that you've been there all the time, God. You are a part of my life, and this is where I really find my trust is in you, and that every day I think that this is important to say, where am I getting my trust from?
Right.
And this prayer is this, again, it's a confession that you have been so present in everything that I have done.
Very cool. So when you read this all together, it says, "Rescue me, O my God, from the hand of the wicked, from the grasp of the unjust and cruel, for you, O Lord, are my hope, my trust, O Lord, from my youth.
See, I love this. And, just before we end, I want to say this, that we all have people in our life, or at least that are close by, that really are dealing with some difficult and evil and an injustice. And so we need to be praying this prayer for them and to understand and believe with them that God's goodness will overcome. So our challenge is to respond to injustice and cruelty, that we are to rise above the fear of evil and know that God is our protector, and to place our hope and trust in God first and foremost. So Joshua and friends, I will talk to you tomorrow in Studio 365.
And we hope that you are enjoying these episodes. We want to thank all of our listeners for listening. And if you haven't told a friend or a family member or someone in a while about this podcast, make sure to let them know. We want to spread the word and let as many people as possible know where to find us and to listen to us. And so make sure that you do that. And we will see you tomorrow right here at Studio 365.